Week 5 of ESPN's NFL Primetime. When you mix steel with oil, the hits just keep on coming. The Lions look to dish out some pain in Tampa, while the Jags give the Panthers a taste of their own medicine. Just ask Tim Biakabatuka. Don't start lagging behind here, because in Chicago, the Silver and Black were taking liberties with the Bears. Wait, there's an Elvis sighting in San Francisco. Speaking of sights, Junior had his set on the Chiefs. Favre was hardly sleeping in Seattle. This is no place for futility. Week 5 of NFL Primetime, showering you with all the highlights. Mark. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Chris Berman. Welcome to Week 5 Midnight at the Oasis edition of NFL Primetime. What a day this has been. With me, as always, the flying wedge of Tom Jackson and the judge, Bill Pito. We have plenty to show you, some wild endings, especially with a lot of the West Coast games. Let's begin, though, with the team out of the AFC West coming east. As a matter of fact, John Elway, been in the league since 1983. He's never played a game in Cincinnati, either regular season or preseason. Billed as a battle of long ball, Elway and Jeff Blake of the Bengals. It was more a singles and doubles type of game at Synergy Field. And here we go. Don Shula looking to help, at least by being there, his son David. Even the Bengals mark at 2-2. But John Elway said, you know what? I'm the one that's going to be sharp. Shannon Sharp, 84. Number 84 picks up 16 yards. And Elway to Anthony Miller. That's a 26-yard pickup. Then Elway to Easy Ed McCaffrey. McCaffrey was big in this game, took a lick in the whole game. The Broncos 9 for 11 on third down conversions in the first half. Drive results, and Elway zing to his tight end Shannon Sharp. It's a pretty play, 7-3, the Broncos. But, Tommy, Denver may have more.
Yeah, nice numbers in the pass and run game, but some miscues in the red zone here. Terrell Davis breaking right fumbles. The Bengals recover. Missed opportunity for the Broncos.
Bengals get a help from the officials here. Garrison Hurst, handoff in second and goal. It's a fumble. But the officials ruled that his forward progress was stopped. Mike Shanahan says, what were you looking at? For the next play, unfortunately for Mike, he was looking at Jeff Blake on the touchdown. Now, both Blake and Elway threw picks inside the red zone also in the first half. But it's 10-7 Cincy at the half. Look at Big Daddy here, Tom.
Yeah, Big Daddy Dan Wilkinson coming up off the right side. And look at the effort as he chases John Elway, chases, and then gets that big paw on him right there. And you're going down.
Bengals at 5 sacks on the day. The battle continues between... Well, it's going to be Garrison Hurst. He got the majority of the carries today. He looks very good here in this 25-yard scamper. 10 carries for 71 yards. Meanwhile, Kajana Carter, he does not look as good on this carry. 5 carries, 13 yards. Broncos still down at 10-7. Mike Shanahan says, I want that page. I want this play. I want this result. Elway, Anthony Miller, oh, that's pretty. 14-10, and the Bronx lead it by 4. Then Tommy, Ray Crockett.
Yeah, great technique by corner Ray Crockett. You see Blake scramble, turn around and throw the ball. And look at him as he keeps his eye back to the football, and a great play on the ball with the left hand.
Now on 4th down, Blake. And, you know, they never really did mount that final drive. David Shula and the Bengals lose a close one. The Broncos are 4-1. And the Broncos win on the road by the count of 14-10. Elway, 23 of 37 for 335. Blake only 5 of 14 in the second half of this game for 44 yards. And you see Terrell Davis had a 100-yard game rushing as well for the Broncos. So some real good numbers for Denver. But, Tommy, I know Elway had the numbers, but we watched it. Neither offense really seemed that sharp.
Yeah, I thought the storyline in this game was missed opportunities on both offenses' part, especially down in the red zone. Picks by Blake, picks by Elway, the fumble by Terrell Davis that you saw in the highlight package. The thing that the Broncos have, and I think this made the difference today, the ability to hang their hat on Terrell Davis in that running game, and what a clock killer he provides at the end of a football game.
You know, we're both mystified, and the Bengals may get it going this year, but that offense that we saw last year, and that's not only a comment on Jeff Blake, but he either goes up top to his receivers, There's no middle passing
ground.
game for
That's
Cincinnati.
Right. Yeah, and I think that will come along as that offensive line begins to get healthy.
Yeah, but they needed it today, and unfortunately for the Bengals, they didn't get it, and the Broncos get the win when we return on NFL Midnight Oasis edition of NFL Primetime. Ernest Biner rumbling, bumbling through the Saints. Barry Sanders juking, jiving through the Bucks. So what else is new? We'll be back.
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies. Tap the Rockies! The new Coors Light wide mouth can is here with a giant opening for a smoother pour. Presenting the ultimate tire for your sport utility vehicle, the Michelin LTX. Michelin's technological advances in sidewall and tread design give it a smoother, quieter ride than you might ever expect from a 4x4 tire. Yet it's rugged enough, tough enough, and Michelin enough to get you through anything. The LTX series from Michelin.
Is this where they're shooting the logo athletic commercial?
Bruce Smith, what's he doing? It's supposed to be a quarterback commercial. I don't know, but maybe someone should tell that to Bruce.
I'm not telling him.
Troy, you tell him.
Yeah.
Guys, go ahead.
Get real.
Logo Athletic, authentic team apparel.
There's a place in New York owned by the biggest sports stars around.
You know, I like to with long hair.
And you never know when they'll show up.
Long. Short.
It's the official All-Star Cafe,
Ken Griffey Jr., 301 lifetime average.
where the owners are always willing to help out.
Excuse me, it's 302.
So if you go, bring the right stats and the right card. Visa, because the All-Star doesn't take American Express.
301 lifetime average.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
And then there were 8 in Major League Baseball, and the divisional playoffs begin on ESPN. Indians at the Orioles, game 1. That's a 1 o'clock Tuesday afternoon Eastern start, 10 a.m. out west. The second game, where I'll be happy to call it with Buck Martinez, John and David. The first game, Padres at Cards at Tuesday at 4 Eastern time. Then Wednesday, it's Cleveland, Baltimore at 1, Atlanta, L.A. at 4. And so we go. We're so excited here at ESPN to bring you the majority of the opening round of the baseball playoffs. It's the first for us, and it's the first time that everybody can see all the games, and kids come home from school, you can see afternoon baseball that means something. Lions and Bucks. Well, usually when the Bucks play the Lions, the game means something because it's like the only team they can beat. Going into today, the Bucks record against everybody but Detroit, 78-201. Against Detroit, 17-20. So the Bucks figured, hey, we get a chance to win here at the Big Sombrero. Could they? Well, they're about to go in and take their first lead since 1981. But Trent Dilfer on the 2-yard line. It's picked off by Benny Blades. He slices through the Buccaneer defense or the offense. Trent Dilfer, can he stop him? Oh, he just used him like a dish towel. 98 yards, he could go all the way. 7-0 Detroit.
Yeah, Blades with great coverage on Leroy Thompson, but look at him read the quarterback's eyes, get the break on the football, make the catch, and head toward the other end zone.
So the Bucks were going in, but instead it's Detroit that has the big lead. When Trent Dilfer completed passes, his receivers didn't oblige, and Alvin Harper drops it. Much of the first half, even though the Bucks controlled the ball, Ron Rice made plays. And when Alvin Harper made a catch, look at Van Malone, Muggsy Malone, separating Harper from the football. Once again, bang.
Yeah, the key where the ball was thrown, Chris. Inside, stretching the receiver out where he's going to have to take that hit.
Tom, only the Bucks could have the ball for 21 minutes of the first half and trail 17-0. They're unbelievable. Herman Moore, he's unbelievable. Watch what happens here. Tackling, watch.
Yeah, missed tackles all day by the Buccaneers. There you saw it on Herman Moore. Here, Barry Sanders swinging out of the backfield, and it takes Hardy Nickerson 7 yards down the field to make a play. And then on the handoff, Barry Sanders should have been stopped 3 yards deep in the backfield. And granted, Barry Sanders is a great runner, but you got to make tackles if you're going to get him eventually.
Yeah, they did not make tackles. Now the Lions controlling the ball in the second half. One bright spot for the Bucs. Down 17, nothing but the special teams. Blocks the Jason Hansen field goal. And the Bucs have turned their whole season around. They're fired up. There's no stopping the Bucs. Yeah, here's at least an idea. Dilfer. Watch this. Kenneth Gant says, I know I'm out of bounds, but I'm going to pick up the first down right here anyway. Things will be better for Tony Dungy one day. But Dilfer launches to Alvin Harper. He went a complete one. Dilfer hurt the wrist. Weldon came in. And then the Lions had the exclamation point with Scott Mitchell to Herman Moore, who had his usual big day. Nice touchdown. The coverage was actually pretty good there. Mitchell threw for 230 yards. Moore 9 for 104. The Lions picked off Dilfer twice and Casey Weldon once. Dilfer threw for 119 yards and 2 more picks. And the Lions whitewashed the Buccaneers 27-0. When we return. Oh, the Raiders and Bears. Raiders trying to use speed on the Bears. Would it work at Soldier Field? Warren Moon and the perfect Vikings. Would they roll on against the Giants?
Questions keep men up nights. How good can you possibly feel? Are you looking for peak performance? Men's Health magazine has the answers. Call now and get your first issue free. You'll discover uncommon knowledge like 50 ways to flatten your stomach without sit-ups, how to cut your cholesterol 30 points in only 30 days, 5 intimate secrets to better relationships. With this special TV offer, you'll also get these 3 vital books free. Discover the sex secrets women wish men knew. Learn how to get rid of that gut quickly and easily. Plus, you'll get 101 Men's Health secrets every man should know. Call now for your free trial issue of Men's Health. You'll get the full year of Men's Health for $19.97 and these 3 books free. Where are the answers to your questions? In Men's Health.
Call 1-800-359-7744 now for a free trial issue of Men's Health magazine. Subscribe now at our lowest price and get all 3 books free. Have your credit card ready and call now.
This Saturday on ESPN2, it's a dogfight in the Southeastern Conference. Georgia coach Jim Donnan hopes to score early and often. Behind the strength of junior tailback Robert Edwards. But Jackie Sherrill's Bulldogs of Mississippi State are tough at home and feature their own junior standout, running back Keeper McGee. Georgia, Mississippi State at 7. Saturday only on ESPN2.
All right, the Judge Bill Pito is with us. And certainly Saints, Sunday, holy day. Sunday shouldn't be like this for them.
No, they're off to a terrible start, just like last season when the Saints started 0-5. Quarterback Jim Everett says, I never thought I'd have to go through that again, but here they go again, almost. The Saints 0-4. They've lost 9 straight games in September. As for the Ravens, Baltimore has signed tight end Eric Green and running back Bam Morris. Green isn't ready to play. Morris can't practice until October 7th. That's after his NFL-ordered suspension ends. Jim Mora back in Baltimore. He coached the USFL Stars to the league title back in '85. First quarter, Vinny Testaverde over the middle. Derek Alexander, he's got it, and he's down the sideline, 64 yards, touchdown. Baltimore's up 7-0. Second quarter, Ravens up 7-3. It's Ernest Biner in his 13th year in the NFL. 42 yards on this play, his longest run from scrimmage since 1984. Wow, Biner, 9 carries for 81 yards in the first half alone. Third quarter, it's 10-3 Ravens. We got more Biner on this play. Breaks it for 20 yards. Tommy, how about some analysis?
Lack of rushing defense by the Saints has shown itself for 3 weeks. Kajana Carter 2 weeks ago, LaShawn Johnson a week ago setting the Cardinal record, and now Ernest Biner having a good day right there behind Jonathan Ogden.
Fourth quarter, Saints down 10-3. Jim Everett rolling. Wait till they get there. Haynes on you. Michael Haynes has got it. Great grab. We are tied at 10 apiece. Still tied at 10. Early fourth quarter. Here come the Ravens. Testaverde to Brian, brother of Todd Kinchin. 29 yards. Sets up 1st and goal. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal. Testaverde to Michael Jackson. That's right. Touchdown. Ravens up 17-10. Big play from the Saints. 4th and inches from the Ravens 30. 6:33 to go. Everett. Well, it's awfully close. Marchibroda, does he have it or does he not have it? They come out to measure. Tommy, they're short.
Yeah, James Jones, good penetration, by the Ravens, but you can see that Everett doesn't get a great handle on the ball from the time he gets the snap, has trouble coming forward with it, misses the first down.
Ravens down the stretch, depending on the veteran Ernest Biner. Off right tackle for 6 yards. 3rd and 1, 3:25 to go. He grinds for 3 yards. First down. Biner again, off left guard, 9 more yards. 4th and 1, 2:30 to go. Ravens go for it from the Saints 40, and Biner spins for 3 yards, gets another first down. Biner, great game, great haircut, 24 carries, 149 yards. Ravens win it, 17-10. The Saints have the worst rushing defense in the league. Last week, Arizona's LaShawn Johnson scorched the Saints for 214 yards. In this one, they couldn't stop Biner. So for the 2nd straight year, the Saints begin a season 0-5. Now, last year, Chris, the Saints finished up with 7 wins in the last 11 games. Last year, it saved Jim Mora's job. That's last year.
Well, remember, the Saints were horrible until Jim Mora started coaching that team a long while ago, and maybe they can make a comeback like they did there, because the memories are very short, but not the way he wanted to get going. Well, sometimes, Billy, it's easy to figure out football games. You know what I mean? I mean, I am the Schwam, after all. And, I mean, the Vikings had beaten the Packers last week. They're undefeated. They're going into the Meadowlands to face a Giant team that had only beaten the Jets. I mean, this one actually just very simple to figure out. Vikings all the way, right? That's why they play the games. And here we go from the Meadowlands. 4th down. Giants punting. Obviously. You do that a lot on 4th down. David Palmer on the return. Whoop! Makes the spin. And Mike Horan? I don't think so. He's gone. He could go all the way. David, might as well face it. You're addicted to love. Palmer, 7-6, the Vikes.
Yeah, Palmer, a great job of changing directions, which forces the coverage team to lose their lanes. And then Mike Horan, you're a man on an island.
And he's gone. Well, a minute to go in the half. Warren Moon to Chris Carter for a first down. And he passes one of the very best. Our friend, our compatriot, Sterling Sharp. Saint Sharp, as we call him this morning. And then at halftime, Frank Gifford and Sam Huff and Big Red Alex Webster and Ro Bastelli and Tom Landry was a coach of the team, the 56 Giant team that won the NFL championship 40 years ago. Jason Sehorn forced the Warren Moon fumble. Giants recover in midfield. There's too much going on here at once. But basically what I'm trying to tell you is Rodney Hampton off left tackle for a first down. So obviously you know they're going to go to Rodney Hampton here at 1st and goal from the 1, right, Tom? I mean, wait a minute. It's Aaron Pierce-Ear. Touchdown. They go for 2 points. It doesn't work, but the Giants lead the Vikes 12-7. Warren Moon. Well, the Vikings have owned the 4th quarter, outscoring opponents 42-3 thus far this year. Moon to David Palmer, touchdown. The Vikes have the lead, but no, they don't.
Yeah, great job of the middle official getting in position to make this call. Palmer, we're going to watch a replay here. Great effort, stretching out for the football. You can see it lose it right there between his arms. Hits the ground. Nice call by the ref.
All right, then the Vikes. Moon to Chris Carter. He's always dependable. Occasionally, even he's human. He drops it. Remember what happened on Thursday night? A lunar eclipse. Don't tell me another lunar eclipse at the Meadowlands. Yes, sir. Moon picked off by Philippi Sparks. Intended for Carter. Moon and the Vikes eclipsed. Hey, the Giants have made something this season after all. They beat the Vikings by the count of 15-10 to drop them from the ranks of the undefeated. Giants holding the Vikings to only 228 yards. And despite the fact that Minnesota sacked Dave Brown 5 times, it was Warren Moon and company that really did not deliver. And you know, they're only human. It's their first loss of the year, but they, too, looked a little off.
Well, and the guy who keys the offense is a little bit off. Warren Moon has not played up to the standards that he sets for himself. And I think if the Vikings are ultimately to be where they want to be, and Dennis Green has only one objective, getting to the Super Bowl, Warren Moon will have to play better. Now, credit the Giants. Outstanding defense today, opportunistic defense, but on the offensive side of the ball, no one could ever accuse Dan Reeves of not being patient with the running game. So a very large dose of Rodney Hampton today, and then good play from Dave Brown.
Good play. And, you know, the Giants, had they beaten the Bills on that Nitro game, would have been 3-2.
Yeah.
So they've come back this season and done a very nice job. Well-coached Dan Reeves. All right, we go inside the numbers. You heard Billy mention it during the Ravens-Saints highlights. Boy, if you're not doing well running, all you need to do thus far this year is play the Saints. I mean, Ernest Biner had 149 yards today. That was after he had, in the first 3 games, just 141 yards combined. Same thing is true for Kajana Carter and LaShawn Johnson. After 2 weeks of getting 27 yards, Carter had 63 in week 3 against the Saints. After 2 games of getting 4 yards, LaShawn Johnson had 214 in week 4 against the Saints, and you see what Biner did today.
Inside the Numbers is brought to you by Visa, the preferred card of the NFL. It's everywhere you want to be.
And when we return, Jim McDonald has the ball. The Niners get the win over the Falcons. Bears, Raiders. Down to the wire in Chicago.
Man, look at this place. It is loaded with bargains. 2001 diapers? You'll be diapering that kid till he's 16. And what goes better with a bologna sandwich than 5 gallons of mayonnaise? You want a real bargain? Just pick up the phone and dial 1-800-COLLECT and say the people you call some serious money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't get ugly, people. There's plenty to go around. 1-800-COLLECT, save up to 44%.
Are you searching for wealth and fearing a mirage? Or are you looking for a way to start building wealth? Ask your financial advisor about Kemper Funds to start building tomorrows, today.
Gonna do some gymnastics tours on the weekend.
Carl, I gotta get this thing done.
3 hours yesterday. I'm done.
And I plan on traveling around the country for the first semester.
Bulging disc,
with all
gotta
the
go.
opportunities
Rich would be
in front of
perfect
me.
for
I want
this.
to try and do some speeches, motivational speeches.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about that. I really gotta get this thing done. Larry, I'll be right back. If you can just hold Carrie for just 1 second. I gotta go to the bathroom, Gary. Is that okay with you?
No.
Hey, Brett, Chris, guys. Guys.
I got to give that flying camera the nod. That was a great shot. Raiders and Bears at Soldier Field. Doesn't get much better than that, except the teams, are 1-3 going into the game. Chicago figured, well, things haven't worked after the Monday night game against Dallas. We need some experience. So why not go with a guy that started more games against the Raiders, except maybe for Len Dawson? Dave Craig had started 21 games in his career, mostly as a Seahawk, partly as a Chief, against the Raiders, including 2 playoff games, including 13 years ago, the 1983 AFC title game. Craig was 12-9 against Al Davis going into this game. Raiders trailing 3-0. Steve Wisniewski and Aaron's Alonzo Spellman. And Spellman takes exception to what looks awfully choppy, Tom. Still second quarter. And Jerry Ball's going to try and help him get in the end zone. He got in the end zone a couple weeks ago. This time he blocks for Derek Fenner, 7-3 the Raiders.
Yeah, and fortunately for Vincent Smith, the first guy in the hole, he stumbles. Jerry Ball misses him. John Magnum takes the brunt of his body, and Fenner eases into the end zone.
Bill Wall started that, 84 against the Bears. Oddly enough, there was the Angus formation with Guy McIntyre. Hostetler eludes Spellman, finds Tim Brown touchdown. And in the third quarter, it's 17-3, Oakland.
Yeah, Spellman with the cast on his left hand cannot wrap up on Hostetler, does a great job of pressuring. Haas does a great job of keeping his composure and straightening up and throwing the football.
But the Bears, down by 14 in the third quarter, come back. Dave Craig felt the rush coming all day, delivered the ball timely, Tommy. 29-yard pickup to Michael Timpson. And then Craig to the youngster, Rashaan Salam. His first career touchdown reception, and the Bears' first offensive TD in the second half this season. It's 17-10. 12 minutes left in the game. 17-13. Hostetler looking for Timmy Brown. Tipped off his hands into the hands of Barry Minter. And the Bears are in business. That leads to the one-time Raider, the long-time Raider, cut by the Raiders this preseason, Jeff Mick Jager. 41-yard field goal. Good. And the Bears trail now 17-16. 4.5 minutes left. Rashaan Salam. Bust forward. 17 yards to the Raider 48. With Jeff Mick Jager. Stone the Raiders. 2 plays later. Craig to Curtis Conway. This is 17 yards down to the 31. So, Jager gets set. Al Davis. Oh, no. But it's true. Jagermeister's on the house. 30-yard field goal. He kicks 4. And the Bears, down by 14 in the middle of the third quarter, send the Raiders to yet another defeat. The Bears beat the Raiders by the count of 19-17, as Craig is now 13-9 as a starter, threw for 190 yards, but threw timely And the Raiders now 1-10 in their last 11. And afterwards, Spellman said, hey, what was up with that play by Wisniewski?
We shouldn't have any room in the league for somebody acting that way. You know, this guy's out there taking care of their families. This is our livelihood. If he's going to play like that, find him, kick him out of the game. Every time he doesn't do that, he'll stop going.
Is over with. He doesn't know.
Well, the Raiders, by the way, penalized 10 times. That gives them 48 on the season. Give the Bears credit for coming back with the Raiders. I mean, they're in a deep funk, obviously.
A funk that goes all the way back to last November. So when you look at all the things that are wrong with this ball club, certainly begins with them not playing up to the skills of their talent. You look today, Rashaan Salam doing a lot of elusiveness and elusive things in the secondary, making people miss, something that he is not known for. You look at the quarterbacking, Jeff Hostetler under constant pressure, and that's the pressure that Dave Craig did not receive during the course of the day. And if you are now Al Davis and the coaching staff, you start wondering now, who's going to keep playing for me week in and week out?
By Anthony Smith leaving the team.
A lot of guys wish they were on maybe wherever he is.
Well, we'll have to follow that story. We continue here on the Midnight Cowboy edition of NFL Primetime. Reggie White made his presence felt to Rick Meyer. And a battle of expansion clubs. Panthers and Jags in a hard hitter.
Let's see. About 6 billion people on Earth, less than half with phones, most without cellular, even fewer on internet, just discovered life on Mars. Got work to do. Lucent Technologies. We make the things that make communications work.
You love Jock Jams Volume 1. Now, ESPN and Tommy Boy Music give you Jock Jams Volume 2. Jock Jams Volume 2. More of the hottest crowd-pumping jams of all time. Jock Jams Volume 2. Available in record stores everywhere.
This is how we do it.
To prepare his sons as broadcasters, Joe McGinty plays the voice of NFL films in every room.
The mountainous size of an onrushing defender, the splintering force of a forearm shiver. 1 ton of muscle with a one-track mind.
Welcome back to the Midnight at the Oasis edition of NFL Primetime. And we talked about it on NFL Countdown. These expansion teams, the Panthers and the Jaguars, they're really not expansion teams. I mean, the Panthers were undefeated. They've beaten the 49ers 2 out of 3 times they played them over 2 years. The Jags have beaten the Steelers 2 out of 3 times they played them over the 2 years. So when they got together in Jacksonville, certainly Panthers, Jaguars, a battle of ferocious cats in their first regular season meeting. And boy, it was hot. And I'll tell you what, even the mascot tried to help out the fans of Jacksonville. Jags delivering some heat of their own. Chris Hudson against Dwight and the Family Stone. Makes him everyday people. He's okay. Up 7-0 Mark Brunell. He can do this. 13 yards and a first down. 3 plays later, 3rd and 5 at the 8. Brunell. 2-step drop. Jimmy Smith, 14-0 Jaguars early. The Panthers take over. Don Davey roughs his ex-mate Steve Berline. 15-yard penalty. Next play. Not the Grambling coach, but a different Eddie Robinson. Call for a blow, 15 yards, first down. Next play, John Jerkovic stops Tim Biakabatuka in his tracks, and unfortunately, Timanga gets hurt on the play, limps to the sideline, sprained knee, did not return. Next play, the rookie, Tony Brackens. What a huge game he had today. Pair of sacks, pair of fumbles for, pair of fumble recoveries. He did everything on that play. The Jags, though, did nothing, and Berline comes back to Mark Carrier. 27 yards. And then Anthony Johnson. Oh, he fumbles. Normally it'd be Biakabatuka there, and Brackens, naturally, Johnny on the spot, falls on it. Berline to pass. Brackens knocks it loose. Frank Garcia recovers. And even John Casey missed for the first time this year after 13 straight this season. So 17-0 Jaguars at the half, and it must be hot there. They're going to the air conditioning. Mark Carrier. Did he have possession here, Tom, on a Berline apparent touchdown pass?
Yeah, you look at Carrier right there. Take the ball, pull it in. Looks like he never really had possession of it.
Yeah, but they gave it to him 17-6. Berline sacked by Eddie Robinson and Dana Hall. Boy, were the Jags coming today, Tom. Here's Brackens.
Yeah, you watch Brackens here get away and move to his outside and do a great job of pursuing the football and getting hands-on.
6 solo tackles, the 2 sacks, the 2 fumbles caused, the 2 fumbles recovered. He's only a youngster. Then James Stewart, the incredible run, bounces off Eric Davis, touchdown. So for Stewart, he had 96 yards on the day. Berline, sliding, hurts himself. So remember, he came in to replace the injured Kerry Collins a week ago when they beat San Francisco. Collins comes in, and on 3rd and 25, hey, the youngster doesn't know any better, right? Last week it was the Jags with the Hail Marys. Look at this, Muhsin Muhammad, a 39-yarder. So Collins now 3 yards to Carrier, who is the leading receiver for both Carolina and Tampa Bay. 2 different expansion teams, that's amazing. Collins, for 2 points, takes it himself. It's now 24-14. Here's the onside kick. Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. It's through the legs. It's rumbling, bumbling. But Pete Mitchell, tight end Jacksonville, falls on it. The Jaguars. Hey, the Panthers may be in first place, but the Jaguars are 1-0 against the Panthers. What a good game this was. 24-14 Jacksonville, Tommy. And we showed you Brackens and what he did in the game. But, you know, the Jacksonville Jaguars are laying here and waiting, too. They're not that far off either.
Well, you know, when I talked with the Panthers this week, their main concern was containment of Mark Brunell. They didn't want him to get outside the pocket, buy time for receivers, and do things deep down the football field. But there's a fine line between containment and not getting after a guy. And I thought today they let Brunell get into a comfort zone offensively. But give him credit, intensity on both sides of the football, and then consider this. In Week 1, the Jaguars dominate the Pittsburgh Steelers. Don Capers has a similar style of defense. They dominated them as well.
Good point. Brunell threw for over 200 and ran for 56. Hats off to both teams, because in the second year, they're fun to watch. When we return, oh, junior, senior, and all the Sayals were busy for the Chargers against the Chiefs. And the Steelers and Oilers atop the AFC Central.
Watch out. This is as rough and tough as it gets.
You think you're tough? I whoop you.
Sports Illustrated knocks you over with the hard-hitting new video, the NFL's 100 toughest players of all time. Plus, you also get this exclusive Pro Football Hall of Fame coaches shirt. Both the tough video and great coaches shirt are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gets you into sports like no one else. With your free video, you'll meet the toughest bunch of guys in NFL history.
I'd hate to have to fight that son of a gun.
Get into it with Mad Dog and Butkus.
He was an animal? I call him a maniac.
Watch out for Lambert, the Stork, LT, Zonk, Riggins, and Rocky, and more of the toughest, roughest, and rowdiest of all time.
The single toughest guy that I've been around is Greg Lloyd.
This is the ugliest, meanest looking person I have ever seen.
It's the toughest show on earth. See it free from Sports Illustrated. Call now, and you also get this great coach's shirt featuring the embroidered emblems of the Pro Football Hall of Fame and Sports Illustrated. Get your choice of sizes for this 100% cotton coach's shirt exclusively from Sports Illustrated. It's a classic package, so impressive you won't believe it's free when you order 54 issues of Sports Illustrated, including the famous swimsuit issue for only $1.48 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Get tough and look good with this exclusive offer. Call immediately for the new Slam Bang video, the NFL's 100 toughest players, and the Pro Football Hall of Fame coaches shirt. Both are free from Sports Illustrated. A sports experience like no other. Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Once upon a time, Bum Phillips said it, the road to the Super Bowl goes through Pittsburgh. Yeah, and that was a great rivalries between the Steelers and the Oilers, and maybe we get another one brewing again. Of course, the young Oilers have a way to go to catch up to the Steelers, who represented the AFC in the Super Bowl last year. But here come the Oilers, both 2-1, going into this game after a bye. But the Steelers said, if you're going to get first place in our division, in our house, you better be able to sail up all 3 rivers. And could the Oilers do it? Well, Greg Lloyd watching as his team has bounced back from the 0-1 start. Mel Gray was one of the best. but he's had trouble a couple times this year. And this fumble recovered by Myron Bell, and the Steelers ring the bell. Watch Mike Tomczak to Cordell Stewart. It's a pretty play, Tom. 7-0 the Steelers.
Yeah, nice pass, and Cordell Stewart, an outstanding receiver, has great concentration.
Now the plan for the Oilers was Eddie George to run it, but he's hit by 92 Jason Gilden. Jerry Olsavsky falls on it, leads to a field goal. 10-0 Pittsburgh. Jeff Fisher's squad down, and he's watching as Tomczak looks to Charles Johnson. And Johnson makes a fine leaping grab between defenders, and then he rolls into the end zone. 17-0 Steelers. I mean, that makes some Steeler fans think anytime you see a guy in black and gold go up in a leap, you think is Swanee. But Tom, as you pointed out in the early version, this was the Super Bowl. But still, Johnson made a nice catch. Make no mistake. 17-0 Pittsburgh. Chris Chandler has had a big season. He throws a big pass to Chris Sanders, who makes a fine catch for a touchdown, and the Oilers are in the game. No offensive interference.
Yeah, it looked as if Sanders pushed Willie Williams by, but as you take another look at it here in slow-mo, he gets his hand on Willie Williams, who had an outstanding day defensively, but he really didn't interfere with him right there. Should have been a touchdown.
Fisher is not pleased, and then it got interesting. The pass to Mark Bruner is one thing, but Marcus Robertson and Mike Tomczak go at it. Tomczak kung fu fighting. Now he has Robertson and throws him down. So Robertson picks up the quarterback and twists him around, trying to make his head look like Linda Blair. And then everybody comes off the bench. It's nuts. Robertson was thrown out of the game. They cooled down for a while. Tomczak says, okay, I'll throw the Yancey thing, but no. Darrell Lewis, this time in ring, picks it off, and the Oilers are in the game. They are now down 20-14 after Lewis, part of that fine secondary, makes a big play. Fourth quarter, Chandler under pressure. Steelers says, we can do that. Chandler's arm hit. Darren Perry's there. He's gone. Game gone. 30-14, the Steelers. Late fourth quarter, I told you to quiet it down, but not for long. Shane Edge edges his way out of the end zone for the intentional safety. He's popped by Steve, no relation to Tom, Jackson. Guess it must be another Steve Jackson. Then Edge goes after Darrell Lewis. Everybody comes in, look at the fans, get a hey. They want no part of this. And they go rumbling and stumbling and bumbling. Mr. Clean goes off along with Edge. And guys thrown out. Lewis gone. Game gone. They do play again this year, and that will be interesting. Mark that one down. But the Steelers win it. Now are in first place by their lonesome in the division by the count of 30-16. Tommy, Jerome Bettis, who we did not see much of there, had 115 yards. But Bill Cowher. Oh, the Steelers came out sharp and hitting. And they took the game away from the Oilers right at the beginning.
As they do every week, and I think we'll be talking about this as the season goes on. Greg Lloyd is gone. All those integral members of that defensive unit, they come out with an intensity every week that I think belies the passive manner that you sometimes see from Bill Cowher when he's away from the football field. And then I think that when you look at this ball club and you think about what they're able to accomplish on offense, it's because he gives them a functional game plan every week, things that they can do and do well.
Yeah, he understands who he has and what they can do, right, and then lets them do that. So the Steelers are 3-1, and for the third straight week, as we go inside the numbers, Jerome Bettis had a 100-yard day rushing the football. So, I mean, he kind of disappeared last year with the St. Louis Rams. 15 games, I mean, through an entire season last year, 637 yards. Folks, he's played just 4 games for the Steelers, and he's 2/3 of the way to last year's total. 5 yards to carry behind that impressive Steeler line. When we return, speaking of impressive, the Niners get off the schneid against Atlanta, like they always do. Reggie White. Hey, Reggie wanted to play a little offense today. We'll show you if he made the end zone. And the big game of the day, Chiefs, Chargers, down to the final second. Could Marcus lead Kansas City to another divisional win?
How would you like to have whiter teeth right now?
Right now? That'll be great.
Sure, I'd love whiter teeth.
Wouldn't everybody? Hi, I'm Erin Gray, and I'm here to tell you about Instant White. Just spray it on, and in less than 10 seconds, you're on your way to whiter teeth and a brighter smile. That's right, it's a spray. Just look at how well it works. You can really see the difference. No more gooey gels, no more goofy mouth trays. With Instant White, you just spray it on, and that's it. It even makes ugly stains disappear. Instant White has been proven both safe and effective. It really works.
Call now and you'll also get this travel size free. That's both sizes for only $19.95.
You'll love Instant White, so order now.
To order Instant White and receive the travel size absolutely free, call 1-800-516-9800 or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $4.50 for shipping and handling to the address below. But for faster service, call 1-800-516-9800.
For years, ESPN has been working to improve sports for the fan.
Designed to extend the season for fans in places like frigid Lambeau Field, the Toasty Ball is heated by a small plutonium furnace. But at 130 degrees, it's too hot to handle.
But experiments like Toasty Ball did lead to a breakthrough in coverage for all sports. ESPN Net Sports Zone. With Chris Mortenson's column, drive charts, everything you need to be a better fan. ESPN Net Sports Zone. Technology for you.
All right, welcome back to NFL Primetime, and it's after midnight when we let it all hang out. Billy, the Packers, off a loss, go up to Seattle, and that's a place where a lot of teams, for some strange reason, have struggled in the past. Could the Seahawks be up to it?
Yeah, and overall, the Packers having some problems on tough surfaces, on artificial turf surfaces. New rules for Green Bay. They can't talk about the Super Bowl. Coach Mike Holmgren says any player who does will have to stay outside in November and December. In Green Bay, that's a serious threat. One thing about the Pack, as I talked about, they have a bad case of turf toe. The Packers just 5-19 in the last 24 games on artificial turf, and more turf this week, the Kingdome. Well, let's take a look. We got Cheeseheads in Seattle. First play from scrimmage for the Packers. Brett Favre to Robert Brooks. Darrell Williams with a hit, knocks the ball loose. Watch it again. Brooks drilled hard, would leave with a concussion, did not return. How about trying to block Reggie White, Tommy?
Well, Rick Meyer under pressure all day. Howard Ballard the tackle. Christian Fourier right there. Both miss on Reggie White, something you don't want to do. It's just an incomplete pass, but don't tell that to Rick Meyer.
Now watch here. Meyer picked off by the former Seahawk, Eugene Robinson.
From Hartford, Connecticut.
All right. Critical information. Robinson returns it 40 yards. The Seahawk 45. That set up Favre to Antonio Freeman, 16 yards, touchdown, 7-0 Pack. Next Seahawk possession, Meyer under pressure, incoming, and intercepted by Reggie White. Here comes Big Reggie. Look at Big Reggie. Watch Chris Warren with the great hustle. Strips the ball out of White's hands. Green Bay, though, retains possession and would end up with a field goal. Second quarter, Meyer under pressure, incoming again. Fumble. Santana Dotson has it for Green Bay. And that sets it up. Favre once again, this time rolling. Look out from behind, but gets it away. Dorsey Levin's touchdown, 17-0 Packs. Seahawks. Chris Warren's been struggling all year, but Tommy starts to get it together here.
Yeah, and Chris Warren here, we take a look at this touchdown run, gets caught in traffic off right tackle, keeps his legs moving, and then says, no, I'm going in.
17-7 at the half. Fourth quarter, Pack up 24-10. Seahawks on the move. But Meyer, trouble again. Picked off by Doug Evans. Doug Evans in his own territory. Gets past Meyer. At the 40, midfield, and finally tripped down at the Seahawks 20. 2 plays later, Favre again, Freeman again. This is a tremendous catch down on the 1-yard line, and then Green Bay goes to the shovel, and it's quite a shovel. Watch the shovel, as Freeman was short, so they say, give it to Freeman with the shovel. Favre the touchdown, and the Packers go on to win by the score of 31-10. Meyer in the loss. Dreadful. 10 of 30, 156 yards, picked off 4 times. As for Favre, 4 touchdown passes, so for him, 7 straight games with at least 2 touchdown passes. Green Bay now 4-1. Elsewhere, Rams and the Cardinals. Rookie Tony Banks, his first pro start. Opening drive, Banks fumbles a snap. Cards recover, but they can't capitalize. No score now. Still in the first. Rough day for the Cards special teams. Jeff Beagles punched for the second time, and rookie Eddie Kennison, the rookie from LSU, welcome to the National Football League. 66 yards, Rams up 7-0 after 1. Banks, though, would settle down. Tommy, what do you have?
Yeah, this is the opening play of the second quarter, and look at him. Classic pocket passer, lays that ball up to Isaac Bruce over the top of double coverage. And then Banks again rolling, but look at him, almost all arm. Doesn't have to set and step and throw. Eddie Kennison, the recipient on this end, 34 yards and a touchdown.
21-7 Rams, back come the Cards. Kent Graham, a career day. LaShawn Johnson, touchdown. Cards down 7 at the half. Graham, look at his numbers in the first half of play. Third quarter, more trouble for the Cards special teams. They try the fake punt to LaShawn Johnson, and Johnson, look at that, gets stuffed short of the first down. The Rams take over. On the first play, Banks with his team up 21-14. Over the top again, Isaac Bruce. Nifty moves, touchdown, 28-14 Rams. Banks, pretty good outing in his first pro start. Fourth quarter, Cards though refuse to die. Down 14 on 4th and goal. Graham to Larry Centers, up the center, touchdown. Cards down 7. Then 28 left in the fourth, Cards on the 2-yard line. Watch this, they're down 7. Graham and Centers will collide. Dicey, dicey, dicey. 15 seconds to go though. 3rd and goal. Graham finds Frank Sanders, touchdown. We go into overtime, tied at 28. In the second play of the OT, LaShawn Johnson, 214 yards last week, 97 yards in this game, 66 of those 97 yards on this play alone. The second play of OT, and it sets it up for the Cardinals. Greg Davis for the win. 24 yards out, it is up, and it is good. So the Cardinals winning 31-28. Graham, 37 of 58 for 366 yards and 4 touchdowns. The 37 completions tie a franchise record. Banks, we showed you his numbers, solid as well. The Rams had gone 95 straight games without overtime, but now, Chris, that streak is over. 95 straight games without OT. Finally, the Rams play an OT game.
Give Kent Graham the nod. He's 2-0 now as a starter. He never really was beaten out in New York that much. He was a victim of circumstances. He's getting a shot at Arizona, making it.
And Banks played pretty well, too.
Banks, excellent. And looking forward to seeing him develop over the years to come, and certainly this season. Well, the biggest game of the day, atop the AFC West. 4-0 Kansas City had won 12 straight in the division against 3-1 San Diego. And what a day of sports in San Diego. The surf is up at Pacific Beach. The Padres win the West, as you saw on ESPN, by winning at Dodger Stadium. And the Chargers had a chance to tie the Chiefs for first atop the AFC West. Football, baseball fever, sweeping the Murph. And here we go. It was a gnarly day in San Diego. Marty Schottenheimer and the Chiefs, though, had swept the Chargers last year, won 10 of 13 against them in the 90s. Steve Bono's pass deflected by Rodney Harrison. Junior Seau makes his presence felt immediately. And the Chargers go up 6-0, a pair of Carney field goals, and Junior obviously showing the emotions. Yeah, we're going to win this game. Chiefs' next possession. Darian Gordon, good punt returner, makes a big mistake. He is stripped of the football. Greg Minuski falls on it for the Chiefs, sets up a field goal, 6-3 San Diego. Then, I got you, babe, Bono. Deshaun LaChapelle down to the 6-yard line, 9-6, he sets up a field goal. St. Humphrey, Hail Mary. Tom, what did they do? They knock it down. Maybe, you know, could have caught it, Charlie Joyner, who was honored at halftime. Humphrey's first half, not good. After big game last week, 85 yards, 9-6 Chiefs at the half. Then, tied at 9, Louis Aguiar. Oh, that tricky Marty. It's a fake punt, and Aguiar safe at second base. But there's a flag down, and so, as a result, he has to punt it. And this time, Darian Gordon doesn't fumble. He makes the spin, he makes the move, and he's not going to get caught. He could go all the way, 81 yards. First touchdown of the game, 16-9, the lightning bolt. And the extra point was good, too. There, Bono to Marcus Allen. Look at him make the move, and he might go all the way, but the former Chief, Kevin Russ, with a great play to save a touchdown.
Yeah, a great tackle, and Marcus still has that smooth stride.
Next play, Bono, Reggie Johnson. But the Chiefs do get the touchdown to tie it at 16. What a game this is becoming. Time winding down in the third. Humphreys to Alfred Papunu Platter. Look at him shake. Look at him, a couple of cocktail franks, some Mushu Clark, everything down the field. It's 19-16, the Bulls. Then Jerome Woods briefly loses it on the ensuing kickoff. But he's right up the middle, right where Jody Reed would be playing second base. And he goes down the 6-yard punt return, sets up a field goal tied at 19. Under 7 minutes to go. Bono picked off by Junior Seau. Second pick of the game. Seau makes the donation. Here, have this. I've got work to do. Sean Lee is called for a penalty.
Yeah, Chris Mortensen said it would be a nasty game, and Sean Lee proved that it was. Made Bobby Ross pretty unhappy right there.
But the play was after the interception. Then John Connie, Sheila McCray. It's good, but not good night, everybody. His 5th field goal puts the Chargers up 22-19. Moore Jr.
You look at Junior Seau run through Marcus Allen, who's a fine blocker, to get the sack on Bono.
His 3rd sack of the day. So the Chargers, thanks to Seau and company, not his 3rd sack, the Chargers' 3rd sack of the day. So they're trying to run out the clock. Leonard Russell makes a nice run, except he makes one mistake. He fumbles! Tracy Simeon recovers for the Chiefs. Bobby Ross says, we're trying to salt this away. So the Chiefs, one more chance. So out of it. Blocked by Chris Mims. Mims is the word. Blocks the 47-yard field goal. The Lightning bolts. Here's the other look.
Yeah, blocking kicks is penetration and timing. Look at the penetration and the great timing by Mims to get the block.
So it was 5 field goals for Carney, only 4 for Stoyo, and the Chargers win it by the count of 22-19. And San Diego, Denver, and Kansas City all tied at 4-1 atop the AFC West. 49ers home against the Falcons. Falcons outscored 184-71 in 4 straight losses at 3Com Park at Candlestick Point. This series goes that far back that they actually played it at Candlestick Park. Bobby Hebert. First start since 1993. And Hebert completes to Roel Preston to a maze of tacklers. An impressive play down to the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal from the San Francisco 3. Hebert, under pressure, has to throw it away, so the Falcons settle for a field goal. They actually led in this game 3-0. Don't worry, no one said anything bad between June Jones. Then George Seibert knows that Elvis Gerbach is playing. And meanwhile, he watches Hebert, looks over the middle. Center Tim McDonald has the ball. He saw it coming, Tom.
Well, you see Bobby Hebert staring the receiver down, never looks anywhere else, and Timmy McDonald does a great job of following the quarterback's eyes right to the football.
Well, that sets up a Jeff Wilkins field goal, 6-3 after 1. But now here we go. Hebert picked up by Marquez Pope. Let's get him go. It's Sunday. It's a Pope. It's a touchdown. 55 yards, 13-3, the 49ers.
Yeah, and I think this will come with Bobby Hebert spending some time on the field. Here again, he stares the receiver down. Pope never looks at the receiver, just follows Hebert's eyes again, right to the football.
Things would get worse for June Jones and the Falcons. Halfback option. Terry Kirby, the former Dolphin. He can throw it. His brother's a Major League outfielder. Wayne Kirby, this is Jerry Rice. If you're going to throw an option pass, might as well throw to Jerry. First touchdown of the season, it's true. 20-3 the Niners. Steve Young watching as Elvis was in the building. And he was much more than a hound dog. Over to Ted Popson. Here humbles. It's the wonder of you. A touchdown. 16 yards, 27-3 Niners. Popson fired up. Elvis strumming the guitar. Popson says, hey, he launches the ball to the sideline. Steve Young catches it. Maybe he says, Steve, throw me a couple when you get back in there. 4th quarter, Anthony Lynn takes the pitch, streaks down the sideline. He's gone, except the shoelaces. Don't tell me it's the shoelaces. 67-yard game. That sets up Jeff Wilkins. And it's fitting he wears Ray Wersching's number 14. That's his 6th field goal of the day, tying a club record by one of our all-time favorites, the Mustachioed Lech Valenza lookalike, Ray Wersching, who had 6 field goals in 83. The Niners scored 33 straight points as they doused the Falcons 39-17. But again, Tom, as we say, so what's news? The Falcons getting doused by the Niners out at Candlestick.
That's right.
Now, the Chiefs-Chargers, a game in which touchdowns were scarce and emotion played a big part, number 55.
Well, it's ironic. This morning I talked a lot about them building a complete defense where Junior Seau didn't necessarily have to do as much as he's done in the past. Today he comes up with 2 interceptions, a sack, double-digit tackles, and goes beyond that. He's the emotional leader for the Chargers. I think both of these clubs did things that they can build on. You think about the Chargers, you think about toughness, and you think about the Chiefs today. I think they recovered a lot of their rushing defense today, held the Chargers in check, and put a lot of the pressure on the passing game.
Now we got 3 teams, Tommy, with Denver thrown in the mix at 4-1, and now Denver playing defense also. We're seeing that all 3 teams bring some serious defense.
Well, and I think if you're going to be competitive at the end of the season, if you're going to be somebody shooting for a playoff spot and beyond, which I think all 3 of those teams are, then you had better come with defense that's going to keep you in the game.
Well, defense won it. Stan Humphries had a real subpar game for San Diego today, so they can win without all of the parts working in that division. Remember, everybody was 8-8 and above last year. As for the As for Tony Banks, real quickly, I mean, we call him a James Harris type. Not that that's a same color, have anything to do with the Jackie Slater that comparison. He just stands tall. He's mobile enough, but he's not a runner.
He's not a guy who wants to run. He wants to stand in the pocket. He wants to see that pocket around him and deliver the ball downfield. And the thing you saw today, it gets there awfully quick.
Ooh, real quick. So, an intriguing day. And when we return, our game balls. Stay with us. Prime time rolls on. The Midnight Express.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me.
Your turn, man.
When you've got the great taste of a nice cold Miller Lite, life is good.
I think she digs you. Really?
Beyond the sea, somewhere.
Can you tell which man is at home and which is in a Residence Inn hotel room?
Honey, can you take out the garbage?
That was a hint. Residence Inn by Marriott. The next best thing to home.
Soon you'll be able to know immediately if statements like these are true. Mr. Gullible. ESPN News Network, the 24-hour sports news network from ESPN. Who else?
Primetime Players is brought to you by 1-800-COLLECT. The way we call collect today.
Well, Junior Seau was great, but I'm giving my game ball to another star of the Chargers from the South Pacific, Alfred Papunu Platter. The pot stickers worked. Everything worked. He had 5 catches, big catches to keep drives alive. Billy, what do you have?
My primetime player, Baltimore's Ernest Biner, the 13-year vet, 24 carries, 149 yards, as the Ravens beat the Saints by the final score of 17-10. Tommy, who do you have?
My primetime player, Tony Banks. You see the 3 touchdowns on the day, 186 yards. Kent Graham on the other side of the field had bigger numbers, but Tony Banks, his first start. We'll be back.
Well, if my check is $100, I get back 20. If my check is $300, I get back 60. If it's $600, I get back $120.
Introducing a special invitation from Dining a la Carte. A 2-month trial membership for free.
Dining a la carte is earning extra money.
Just for eating out.
Dining a la Carte works with your credit cards. There are no embarrassing coupons and no restaurant blackout periods.
I love the amount of money that I've saved with Dining a la Carte. I've saved well over $1,000.
Just dine at participating restaurants. In about 30 days, you'll receive a rebate check that equals 20% of your total restaurant charges, including tax and tips.
Dining a la carte is a good thing for people who like to go out for dinners and like to save money.
And here's your special invitation. Call right now and get a 2-month trial membership for free.
The top teams, fiercest rivals. Lace them up. Under the lights, Saturday night. Saturday primetime college football on ESPN.
Now our honor rolls, and we'll look at the 100-yard rushers. Biner, Bettis, and Davis, they all won. Only Chris Warren had a 100-yard game in a losing cause for the Seattle Seahawks. 300-yard passers. Kent Graham, what a comeback win that the Cards had in overtime. And John Elway, so odd, the guys with the big passing numbers, their teams won. For receiving, Rob Moore on the receiving end of many of Graham's aerials. Anthony Miller, Mark Carrier had 100-yard games. Isaac Bruce, the Reverend, looked impressive. Antonio Freeman and Herman's Moore. Don't forget, Prime Monday, Mike and the gang, 90 minutes leading up to the Eagles hosting the Cowboys, and then you You can see that game on ABC's Monday Night Football from the vet. The Cowboys and the Eagles, that's tomorrow night. Well, Panthers, Vikings, Chiefs went into the day undefeated. They're gone. Only the idle Indianapolis Colts are left undefeated after 5 weeks. And I couldn't do this right last week. Let me say it. I used to sit at Shea Stadium. For Tom Jackson and Bill Pito, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime.